So just in the future, you can still see, okay? But everybody should be here, okay? Everybody should be here in the room 8175. Now let me, today's work will be continue the lattice selection. So we're gonna finish lattice selection today, which is quite easy, chapter 3. Okay, what's my project? Okay, I think I put it in the desktop. Okay, lattice selection. Okay, the first thing first, a lot of people only give me .sln file. So if you only give me .sln file, I will not be able to open. So what you should do is, I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, what you should do is, when you create a, you know what? Let me see what kind of file they have. When you try to open or create a VB file, VB project, you should be able to know where does your project located, right? So once you know where your project located, you can go there, okay? Just like here. I know every time I create my project under the CSP 125 folder. So instead of going inside of the folder, you see here, I know where I create my project. So on the right outside, you just right click your mouse and click send to compressed folder. You don't have to go inside, okay? If you only give me .sln file, I will not be able to open, okay? So I just want to make sure when you give me your file, you should just zip the whole folder instead of just giving .sln. Now, if you only give me .sln, what happens is I will not be able to open the file, okay? And this is very important because yesterday I saw many people couldn't give me the right format. Okay, so it's very easy to submit your homework. Just make sure you zip the whole folder instead of just .sln file. Okay, so you can see here, you don't need any WinRAR, you don't need any WinZip. You use a system tool here, compress zipped folder, and it should be fine. Let me check this one. Oh, this computer is still also Visual Studio 2017. Okay, so I try to check the school computer. It's still Visual Studio 2017. Okay, thank you. Hunter, who's Hunter? Yeah. Oh, good. I think your homework is good. Yes. Brian. Oh, you're Chris James? Okay. Finally, I see you. Yes. Oh, you're Aiden. Elizabeth. Lucas. Okay. Charlie. Okay, I think your homework didn't give me the right format. Okay. But so anyway, so you can see when you try to submit your homework, the project, you have to go to the most outside layer and compress. You cannot just go to here and give me the .sln. This is a system file. You need to, there's other files to support it, right? So you can, if you click the lattice selection, those are the files that you support .sln. So if you only give me .sln, then my computer cannot open, okay? So that's the thing. Now, so until on Saturday was like the deadline for the calculator, right? Now, if you already submit your project by Saturday, but your format is wrong, I won't take any point from you because at least I think you try to finish it, right? But if you haven't given me anything by Saturday, I have to take points from you, right? Just like quizzes. So last week I should, I think it's January 31st is the last day for the whole chapter 1 quiz, right? So if you give me on February 1st, I will start to take points from you. Like I said, every week is 15 points. So if you give me 1 day late, it's 1/7 times 15, which is 2 points. Okay, if you give me like 4 days late, basically just double, you know, if you're like 4 days late, I take 8 points from you, just like the ratio. So I don't want to punish anyone, just like I want to push you to give me homework on time. Okay, that is the only thing I want you guys to do. Okay, so let's open the file. So if you submit your homework and if I couldn't open, I give you 0, to let you to resubmit it. Don't worry, I won't take any point from you. You can still submit. Okay, for those of you who already submit, but you give me the wrong format, don't worry, I won't take a point of you. I only take point from people who haven't given me any homework before the end of the Saturday. Okay. So let's open this. So this is what we had last time. So in today's class, what I will do is we're gonna try to do the class work maybe until like 12 o'clock. Then from 12 to 12:40. Now I want you guys to do the VR headset or whatever case project you're supposed to submit. I mean, you're supposed to do. Like I said, every chapter we have chapter project and plus a case project, right? So our chapter project is latte selection, and we spend like 2 chapters to do that. Chapter 2, chapter 3. Now we have 4 cases that you're supposed to do. Okay, I mean you don't have to do all 4 cases. Pick up 1 from 4, right? I have received submission already. I'll just tell you, I have already received 2 submissions for the case project, and the 2 people both did the VR headset, so that's easy. But anyway, since today is the first day we see each other really face to face, do you have any question you want to ask? Yes.
How do we open from the zip file? I had to download it from a submission.
Okay, so once you have the zip file, now you should have some. Okay, wait a second. See, when I have zip file, I click the zip file. You see, there's like a pink button here. Just click the pink button. You can see you have extract all. Elizabeth, do you want to sit on the table? It's maybe more comfortable, right? I'm just, yeah, just otherwise it's not very comfortable because you're gonna have to type something in the class. Any question, guys? Now also, when you try to submit your homework, make sure after you zip your folder, you can unzip and you can open the file by yourself. Okay. Okay. Okay, so John, log into the Zoom. Okay. Okay. But John, this time I let you come in, but next time you're not supposed to be in the Zoom. Okay. John, you need to be in the classroom at 8175 on campus. Now, so let's
8175?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you on campus now?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you can come. Okay. Okay, so let's start. So we almost finished. Actually, you can see the whole VB is quite easy, right? So last time we did the button pumpkin and the button mocha. So basically, the idea is, first of all, we are going to use this toolbox, right? We have tons of tools in the toolbox. Oh, okay. Okay, same thing. Randy, you're supposed to in the 8175. You are John?
I'm Peter.
What's your name? Peter. Oh, great. John?
Joseph.
Oh, great. Okay, sign your name, please. Okay, that's fine. Just today's the first class. Yeah.
What's the classroom number, Professor?
8175.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyway, we can wait. Don't worry about it, okay? That's today's first day. This morning I come here 9:50 and I was in my office to clean up everything. I have been in my office for 2 years. Anyway, so you can see for the VB, it's quite easy. First thing first, we just design user interface, right? Design the user interface. Only after user interface is ready, then we can program. So you can see here on chapter 2 and a little bit of chapter 3, we insert picture, right? And we can modify the property. So basically, how can you make everything work? By controlling the property of either labels or text box or your what do you say, button, right? And if you click this button, pumpkin spice, you will see the property here is a BTN, right? Prefix is for every tool they have their special prefix. The reason we have this special prefix is because we want everything to be user friendly. Okay, so even if you don't want to have this name, your function should work fine. I mean, your whole program work fine. Just like when you do the calculator, right? When you do the first sample project calculator, we didn't ask you to modify the button. We didn't ask you to modify a label, and everything still works fine because whether you modify the name or not, your program should always work. The only thing is when you provide prefix, it helps the user know what is this. So if user see BTN, they know it will be a button. If user see LBL, they know it will be a label. And if user see FRM, they know it is a form, right? So if I click the outside for a frame, it give me FRM, tell you this form is this, right? This is form name. So we can modify the properties to make our graphic looks like, whatever we want, right? So I have seen a lot of students give me modified calculator instead of planned calculator as the, as we ask you. Some people add like the background color, some people add the font, right? It's good, very good. You can be, you can customize. Of course, you can always customize your project. So we design, you see here, maybe it's a user, it's event driven. So we define our user interface. When our user interface is ready, we can click the button, right? Double click the pumpkin spice. If you double click pumpkin spice, it will open the code, right? The code screen. So we can put our code there. Just tell the program what we want to do. Now for the code, actually just try to modify or try to assign value to the properties. So like the first one, if I look at this button pumpkin, click, you're John?
No, ready.
Oh, great, find it. So you can see pick pumpkin dot visible, right? Okay, give it true. Without visible have true false. Now you can always like the two object dot property equal to choose. Oh, what's your ready? You talking without anything? What's the, you have USB drive?
No.
You have computer?
At home.
So how you gonna do work?
I thought you could do it here.
I mean, but you don't have the file from last 2 weeks.
Yeah, at home.
Okay, so maybe later on I can watch the videos.
Professor,
Yes.
I have the file downloaded, but it's showing up in form one. It says update selection. Showing up with an error. Maybe on the thing we're talking about.
Yeah, one, yes.
Not sure about this. But so I have this ringing to update selection. It works fine on my computer. It give me an error.
Now we find this one. Yes, where's the God design of the interface?
I had it filled out. This is now on my computer. It says
So why didn't you just maybe download?
download it from my submission. This is the one I submitted.
Abstract.
I showed up with this
Yeah, because
You
I
didn't
think
want
your
to start
computer,
it.
you're using the 2019,
Alright,
right? Are you using 2019 at home?
yeah, I downloaded the link that you gave me, but it like automatically changed to 2019.
Oh, okay, that's fine, no, doesn't matter. Alex. Okay, why is the computer feel like that? Do you have your file already?
I didn't bring my USB. That's the problem.
You're not prepared, that's why I said you're gonna have to use the, you have USB drive?
No, I just downloaded it.
Okay, the thing is like, if anyone has USB drive, I can give you my file and then you can use it on your computer. Anybody have a USB drive I can borrow? Anybody have USB drive that I can borrow for minutes? So you can share with your friends? Nobody have any USB drive?
I just use my personal laptop, so.
If people don't want to use a USB drive, they can just put the files on Google Drive and download them. That's what I do.
Okay, so let me check. Yes, the thing is like I want you guys, so many people don't have anything here. So, I want you guys to have my code. Otherwise, I think that, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I don't have my, yeah. Nobody have the USB drive? No, I just, I'm gonna pause. The in today's class, what we will do is we're gonna add for programs for the, oh, see the snow is getting bigger and bigger. So, but you see we have button pumpkin is ready, but button mocha is ready also. But you do know the user interface does have four buttons, right? So for VBs, for every button, we're gonna have to code a piece of code. So we have to do button select and exit. Okay. Now for those of you who have a zip file like Aiden had, you're gonna have to make sure you zip everything right. I think some of you guys didn't really zip the whole folder in the correct format. That is why you cannot open. Okay, it's not tricky. All you have to do is go to the most outside layer and zip it. And don't use any WinRAR. Don't use any WinZip. Just use the compressed zip, just like what I did. Right? It's not complicated. Just right-click your mouse and send to compressed file. That's how you should submit your file. Okay, nothing tricky. Okay, if you can open and unzip the file I just upload to the Google Drive, that means it is not difficult, right? I did everything in front of you. Hopefully, when you give me the lattice selection or even the previous calculator, make sure everything's right. Okay, if you don't have it, I'm trying to help you, but on your side, you're gonna have to know how to zip the whole folder and give to me. It's not as hard as you can see, right? It's to give you minutes. You can, I finish. Yeah, now, okay, so we have this. As you can see in this user interface, we have 4 buttons, which means we are going to have 4 pieces of code for each piece of code is for each button. So we have pumpkin ready, we have mocha ready. For the pumpkin is like we show make the picture pumpkin appears. Yes.
It's really dumb, like the request to access. I always having trouble with
And you're gonna have to do it again because he's finished. You're gonna refresh. Now,
It's not on your school
Go
account.
back. No, the Blackboard.
Hit F5. Let's refresh. And then download it.
Are you signed into your school account? Oh, not
yes,
that.
it's under the download link is under the here. On the bottom, as you can see here. No?
It's not there.
Not here? Why? rewrite the whole thing. Hmm? Oh, you know why? Because it's not in our class. You don't use my class. Remember, you're in an online class. That's why.
Yeah, but I still have.
Yeah, the thing is like you literally is not belong to this class. It belongs to 200, my fully online class. I post on the face-to-face class, you know. Ah? No, it's in on Blackboard, it's two separate sections. I post under this 2001 sections face-to-face. So I'm gonna post it here.
I'm just saying, this still count. I'm your student still, right?
Yes, so which means you better switch, even though I'm the same, you know, I'm the same teacher, but you are in this fully face-to-face class. I mean, you are fully online class, which means you're not supposed to be here. And I upload the link on the 201 section with face-to-face class, and you can only access 201 section, which is online class. You understand what I mean? Because you are in different section, so you can only access the fully online sections Blackboard. That is why you don't have this one here. I'm gonna post it right here. Yes, but to make everything easier, you should go to the registrar office. Let's tell them I allow you to switch. Okay, otherwise you will, you know, have a little bit of difficult time, especially in this class, because I have to upload on both sections. This is the face-to-face class with 201 sections. It's really not 200. Okay, I allow you to come here, but you still, you know, if you really have the same access to everyone else, you should switch. Okay, you see, even though I'm the same teacher, but you better switch. But anyway, okay, so we have spent 30 minutes. Didn't do anything actually. I'm gonna share my screen here. So this is what we did last time. So you can see if I have pumpkins, so I make the pumpkin visible, and if I want to make this picture of mocha disappear, and I want to make this bottom selection enabled. Now the next part is we want to make comments. Okay, so no matter which language we use, comments is very important. In VB, now to have comments, we use this apostrophe, right? What's the name of this apostrophe? Now we can type the, no, okay, so for the next 10 minutes, we're gonna add comments. So first of all, you go to the first line. So last time I showed you the first line comments here. So we provide like a program name authors here. So let's type the comments, and for the whole project, then we add comments for each subprogram. The first thing first, we go to the first line, right? And we have this what's the name? Apostrophe, right? Apostrophe. And we type program author a name. Nothing fancy for the next 10 minutes. We're just gonna type as many comments as we need, because even though comments will not convert to machine language, you know, for all high-level language, when we compile them, the whole computer needs to transfer to the machine language, okay, to make the computer understand, because deep inside, computer only understand 1 and 0s. They won't understand this English, right? They have to convert this English to machine language. Okay, but the comments won't. Okay, the comments the computer will not run. Basically, the comments only for user friendly purpose. User understand what is going on. So we provide name. The program name is latte selection. Okay, so go down. We'll make it the same indent. The next one dot. So if we want to have the comments, we have to make sure that every line need to have this apostrophe. If we miss one apostrophe, then you're gonna have mistake. There's no like a multiple line comment symbol. Okay, you have to have that apostrophe for every single line. So you can have developer. The name is this author. The author name is yeah, I'm gonna have the comment. Corin And in the future, when you do your VR headset, then your comment should be your name. I mean, your developer should be your name. Okay. Then we have the date. And in the future, I do hope you guys can use bathroom before the class start. Okay. In the future, next class Wednesday, when we come here, we won't have like 30 minutes to let you guys ready. So today is the first time we meet on campus. So you can, I mean, I give you 30 minutes to do so. But in the future, you know, hopefully we don't have to do it again. Now, date, we use the book tell you, which is January 28, 2018. Okay. So when you have the apostrophe, you can add comments anywhere you want, anywhere you want. Doesn't have to be in the, you know, on the at the beginning of the line. You can put anywhere you want, like put it right here, see here, to enable the selection button. Something like that. As long as you have an apostrophe, you can add comments anywhere you want. Okay, just give you an example. Okay, the comment is very important because no matter what language you use, okay, in the future, you want someone else, you need someone else to read your code because most likely someone else will maintain, will debug your code. So you want someone else to understand your code. Okay, so the best way is to add as many comments as possible. So we're gonna add a lot of comments in the next 10 minutes. So we have date and we're gonna have purpose. Okay, the purpose will be, okay, we have it there. Now this application, now display to latte flavor, pumpkin spice, and we're gonna go to next line, and you still need a apostrophe, and we want to have the same, you know, same indent, and mocha. The user can select a latte flavor. Okay, so this is the comments we're supposed to type at the beginning. So the header, this is header comments. The header comments tell us who is the programmer, what is the name of the program file, and also what is the date, and also the purpose of the file. Okay. Okay, so we have this. This is the header of the file. Once we have that, we can add comments for every small subprogram. As you can see, we have a private sub. Okay, we can, after you finish, okay, we can go move our cursor in the line 10 and click enter and move up. And we can add comments under line 10. It was attendance. The good thing is when you guys in the classroom, I know what is going on in the Zoom.
Oh, no, I already asked the question.
Yeah. You have to go to extract. The extract. Today. Oh, yeah, just okay. Don't do it now. Okay, don't do it. Don't do it at home. What's the name? Huh? What is your computer? Okay. Yeah, we have to see everyone. Yeah. So comments is very important. So once you have the apostrophe, you can add comments, but it's only a single line. So which means if you have multiple lines, so you have to have the apostrophe everywhere. If I miss one of this, and then if I run this code, it will give me error message. Okay, if I run this, then it will give me error message. As you can see, it give me error message. So if you want to have the multiple lines, you always have the approximate for every single line, okay? Okay. Now we're gonna add the comments for the bottom pumpkin on the line 10. So we can, what is the line 10 do? What is pumpkin bottom do? So you want to show the picture pumpkin and hide the mock-up picture and also make the button selection enable. Right, that's so you put the, you know, those things on the comment. This code is exactly when the user clicks the pumpkin spice button. Okay. It is okay. I'll close this window here. Make it a little bit. It is. Also, not it is. It displays. Okay, I'm gonna make this smaller. Okay, close this. It displays go to next line. The pumpkin picture. And hide the mocha picture. And enable the enables the selected button. Selected. Select latte button.
Right click on the apple. Then double click that. Second one.
So this is our pumpkin. It tells you actually what will happen when you click the button pumpkin. So when the user clicks the button pumpkin spice button, it displays the pumpkin picture, hides the mocha picture. That type Z again. Yeah, and hides the mocha picture. Okay, I'm gonna take out this. And then enable the select latte selection button. So this is a button pumpkins comments. Yes, yes.
Right click on the latte selection. Go to properties.
Yeah. Think so. And you're better off with. Maybe if you come to building back, you know,
So, my suggestion, why don't you sit here, look at the here to look at the screen, right? So why you look at the computer, book, you don't have to look at the book. I think I'm slow enough, just you can just follow me instead of the book, otherwise you're wasting time, seriously. Okay, you guys sit on in the table, okay, the table, so you can see the screen. And also, if you ever listen to me, I have provided those code on the chapter 3 folder, so you can go to the Blackboard. If you didn't do anything for the past 2 weeks, don't worry, okay, I forgive you. Just go to the Blackboard, chapter 3, click download folder. So you should have the selection. Whatever I have, you should have. Okay, just sit it here, okay, it should be easier to see my screen. Okay. So, yeah.
It's just trying to do that, so. Just trying to click one of them.
Okay, like I said, guys, I think like some of you guys didn't really pay attention. I have uploaded the file on the Blackboard chapter 3. So you can just go there to download. I can see many of you guys did something else, which I don't understand. So go to the Blackboard. On the Blackboard, on the content part, you will see module 3, chapter 3. Okay, it's because today is week 3. So go to the chapter 3. At the end of the file, at the end of the content, you have a download. So please do not do any chapter 2 quiz or chapter 3 quiz. Just download from this link. I post whatever I have on the Google Drive. You just have to download and unzip it. Okay, please do not do the quiz. Please do not do this. Just do what I have. You don't have to look at the book. Okay, please. Yes.
So I did the same thing on my computer as I did on this, but it isn't loading. Like you would run it, it would show up as the program, but it's not able to edit it. Do the same steps, like this part. So it shows up, but you can't edit it. Like you show the forms. You're being worse.
Oh, we have to do this. Yeah, this is good. Yes.
So you're not able to edit, so you just can't get the form show.
No, you're running, so you're not supposed to run it. Just click that. And just double click.
Have you tried that before?
We're not going to add the comments, please, okay? Please, if you have any questions, please ask me. If you keep doing the thing you are doing right now, you're wasting the whole class time, seriously. And don't look at the PowerPoint, please, because we don't need any PowerPoint. This is a hands-on class, okay? This is a hands-on class. I want you guys to pay attention on what I have and then try to slowly show you the step. All you need to do is just look at my screen and type what I have. Right now, today, we have first topic, which is showing you how to add comments. Don't have to look at the, you don't need to look at Blackboard. And also, look on my screen. Okay, look on my screen, please. Okay. Otherwise, you're wasting, you see here, what time is it now? It's 11:50 almost. It's almost 11:50. Yes.
Are you on the file? Are you on the file?
You can see here, extra.
You put that?
Then put extra off. Okay, guys, again, this is the first class in a classroom, so that's fine. So, but on Wednesday, I don't want this to happen again, please. Okay, seriously. Now you come here, just you need to be fully prepared. On Wednesday when you come here, you need to have your own laptop. You need to have, if you don't have laptop, at least you should have USB drive. Okay, seriously, it is your own responsibility. Okay, I'm trying to be nice. That's why I upload the my LaTeX selection project on the download link, so you can download that. But some of you guys still doing something else. Now in our class, we don't use any PowerPoint. Okay, the thing is, I have my fully online class and this class. Okay, so people who in my fully online classes, they can look at the PowerPoint to guide them. But here in the class time, we don't need it. You see, have you ever seen me open any PowerPoint in the last 2 weeks? No. because this is hands-on work. You learn when you do the coding instead of looking at the PowerPoint. So, and now also, even though I have my homework has deadline, right? My quiz has deadline, my project deadline. But don't do my quiz in the classroom. That is not good. Okay, I'm not happy about that. Okay, so let's do this. So this is the first thing we learned today, right? Just add comments. So we can add comments into the pumpkin selection, and we can add comments to the mocha. Now, after we add these 2 comments, then we are ready to do the next one, because for 4 buttons, we only finished 2 buttons, right? We have 2 more to go. And the most important one is the button selection, right? So after we type those comments, we're gonna add comments for every single subprogram, or you can say every single function. So now I move on to, I move my cursor in the line 19 and click enter, go up. So I can add a apostrophe right here. So what does button mocha do? Okay, very similar to this comments here. So basically you add button mocha. If you click button mocha, your picture of mocha will show up, and your pumpkin spice will, pumpkin picture will be hide, right? And then you enable the selection. Okay, so that is what you comments you should write. So the comments basically describe what this subprogram will do. Okay, hide the pumpkin picture, display the mocha picture, and enable the selection. Okay, so some people ask, where is apostrophe? So that is if you see the double quotation mark, okay, the key right beside the enter key, that is the key you enter the comments. Okay. Okay, so let's type. This code is executed. Lucas, look at my screen. Don't look at cell phone. Okay, show me some.
Oh, I just have the textbook on my phone. I downloaded it.
Oh, you don't have to look at textbook. Okay, look at my screen, please. I will be slow enough so you can follow me. Okay. When the user clicks the mocha button. So when the user click mocha button, what happens is it display the mocha picture, right? Let's see. So when the user clicks the mocha button, it displays the mocha picture, and also hides the pumpkin picture, right? And then enable the select button. So basically, your comments just helps the user understand what is going on, and also describe what this will do. Okay, what those function will do, or the subprogram will do. Okay, so you can see you can add comments anywhere you want, but always start with apostrophe. This key is the same key with a double quotation mark, which is right beside the enter key. So look on your keyboard. Okay, you see that. So I give you minutes to do so. So now we fully finish this 2 program. So give you minutes to do so. Joseph?
Yeah.
You're Joseph. Oh, sorry, no. Brian?
Yeah.
Yes, look at my computer. Why your computer is still on my RCC? Okay, so I fully encourage you guys just sit on the big table. Okay, it will be easier. Or if you don't have your laptop, you sit in this side or this side. Don't sit over there. It's not easy. So we have ready to have these 2 buttons, but we need to move on to the next 2. Okay, among the next 2 buttons, the most important one is the button select, right? bottom exit is the easy one. All you have to do is just clear or just close window. Now we finished the pumpkin and the mocha. So we're gonna give you 1 more minute. Then I'm gonna move back to my user interface, because how do I create this event-driven code? We're gonna go back to the user interface. No, Chris. Lucas, any question?
Are you able to move it to the side so I can post the comment? Okay. I got it.
So comments is a very important part, even though it will not transfer to machine language, okay? Which means the computer will not run this code, but it is very important, very useful to let someone else understand your code, because no matter where you're using in the future, if you learn C++ or you learn Java or you learn Python, comments is always important. Okay, you're gonna, because in the future, if you find a programming job, you're gonna have to write code for your, your boss to read, right? Maybe your project manager or team leader read. How do you make sure they understand your code? By adding those comments. Those comments very important. Now, when you do your VR selection or your burger selection, please add comments, okay? Now, if you don't have comments on your burger selection or VR selection, I will not give you full credit. Okay, add comments. Now, when you do your VR selection or burger selection, make sure you also have this head comments. The program name, VR selection, or burger selection, or even if you do the spring break one, it's perfect, right? Cafe or whatever, or snack selection. A developer will be your name, a date will be like these days, right? And then the purpose of your code is to just help you to select the VR or select the burger, right? Yeah, you don't need to do all 6 cases. Choose one case and do one. I think last Wednesday, right? I let you guys start a little bit. So you should have something ready already, okay? Now, today probably we don't have time because we have this. So Wednesday. Now, if I don't have time today to let you do your case study, then on Wednesday, you're gonna be here and do the case. Okay. Please be prepared. Either you bring your laptop here or just bring USB drive. Now, for those of you who need to use the code I provide on the Google Drive, make sure you zip everything and send to yourself. Okay, make sure you send to all this file before you leave this classroom. Make sure you save everything you have and send to yourself on email or whatever. Yeah, just otherwise you have to retype it again. So now we have our comments ready. So it's time for us just to add the code for selection, bottom select, right? So we go back to the user interface and I move to the select latte. So if I want to add code, all I need to do is I double click on the select latte, which is the bottom selection, bottom selection. I double click. So here, it provides the header. So the header, you don't have to do anything seriously because it's just, what do you say? System generated. You don't have to modify anything. You just have to add the body and the comments. Now, for the bottom selection, we will just enable the bottom pumpkin, enable the selection button. I mean, actually not. If we select buttons, then all 3 buttons will be disabled. So we want to disable pumpkin spice. We want to disable the special latte, and we want to select latte, and we want to disable the mocha. Okay. So we want to disable the 3 buttons and make sure enjoy your latte selection. Make sure this one appears because we have 2 labels. We want to make one label disappear, one label appears. As you can see here, the first label, choose a latte flavor and click select button, right? This one, we want to make it disappear. And we want to make this one appear, enjoy latte selection, because you already selected latte selection. Now, if I click this label, The label is LBL instruction. So we want LBL instruction to be disappear. So we have to make the visible equal to false. And we want LBL, the next one, which is LBL confirmation to be show up. So we want to make the LBL confirmation to be, invisible. So dot visible equal to false, to choose, okay, make it true. So how can we disable all three of them? If I want to disable all three of them, so I just have to do what? Bottom pumpkin dot enable equal to false. Bottom select dot enable equal to false. And a bottom mocha dot enable equal to false. That is how we disable each button. So you can see if I click that, that it should have enable. Right now is enable is sorry, here. If I click pumpkin spice, my enable property, where is it? Okay, is true, right? So I want to disable. How do I disable this button? Very easy. We want to make every button's enable property to be false. That is how we disable. Okay, so you get idea. So we go back to the VB here. Let's finish the code, then we add comments. Okay, I'm gonna leave line 27 empty, so later on I can add the comments right here. Now, first I want to make the pumpkin button to be disabled. So I do btn. As you can see, when I type bt, the IntelliSense will just said, okay, what is the potential code? Okay, choose pumpkin. Button pumpkin dot. So you can see if I click dot, it will pop up all the properties that the button pumpkin had. I want to make it enabled, okay, equal to false. So by doing so, basically just disable the button. So you cannot select this button. Okay, that is enable property do. You cannot select the button. So I will do the same thing for the button select and button mocha. So I do, okay, what happened my tab? btn select. I want to make it select dot enable equal to false. Okay, see, if I use my IntelliSense of a Visual Studio, it will make my life much easier. Okay, so the whole idea is I modify all these three buttons to make it disable. Okay, how do I make this disable? Enable dot false. Enable equal to false. Same idea. I click enter. So I'm going to disable the mocha selection. So button mocha. Okay, button mocha dot enable equal to false. So by making enable become false, then your code will be disabled. So if I run this code, you can see after select pumpkin spice, I can now enable my selection. You see, all three of them will be disabled. Okay. How can I make this all three of them disabled? Make it the enable property become false. Okay, let's continue. So we have that, and also, as I mentioned to you, now when we click the button selection, we want to have all three buttons disappear, disabled, and also we want the labels. One label show up, one label disappear, right? We want, after we make selection, we want the first label disappear, and this second label to be appear. How can we make the disappear appear? We modify the visible property. So first one here, this is as you can see on the left, on the right, LBL instruction. So in order to make it disappear, I make this LBL instructions visible equal to false. So it will be disappeared. Okay, same idea. If I want to make enjoy your latte selection, then I will make it visible true. Okay, if you want to see something, if you want to see from your eyes that this label show up, then this label is visible equal to true. If you don't want to see that, you just have to modify and make the visible become false. See how easy it is? Let's go back to the VB. So we do LBL. The first one is instruction. So we want the instruction to be disappear. So how do I make the instruction disappear? Dot visible equal to false. Okay, so by doing so, the first label will disappear. Now, how do I make the second label appears? Easy, LBL confirmation dot visible equal to true. Okay, true means you can see, false means you cannot see. Okay, so you can see, maybe it's quite easy. You can just directly modify every labels, every two objects property. So you can, make a certain label appear, certain label disappear by modifying visible equal to true or visible equal to false. So if I run this code, you can see I select pumpkin spice, right? When I select the pumpkin spice, the picture show up. Then I can click select latte. Now, when I select latte, you see what happened? My label instruction disappeared, but my confirmation show up. Enjoy your latte selection. Okay. The next thing is we want to enable you to exit window. So we still have one button here, right? So besides disable the 3 buttons on the layer, first layer, we want to enable the last one, exit window. Okay, so the last instruction of button select is button exit dot enable, which means you can exit now, equal to true. See how easy it is? So we're done with the button selection. So when we click button selection, then what happens is we will disable the 3 buttons on the first layer, then hide one label, display another label, and make the exit button enable. So that is for this. See how easy it is? Just modify directly with this property. Any question? Any question? Lucas, your clue has Chris, any question? Okay, I'm gonna call you guys names so I know who you are. Hunter, who's Hunter? Okay, you're Hunter. Trish, okay. Charlie. Jasmine, okay. Lucas Kuzel, okay. Ada, okay, thank you. Elizabeth, John, Joseph, John, you are John? Okay. Joseph, Peter, okay. Gavin, great, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. -1. I only have 14 students in this class. 6 people are not here yet. So you can see that is this. Now, after we finish the coding part, any questions so far? Any question? So you just modify the property to make it behave in certain ways. Okay. Any question? Now we can go to the line 27 to add comments. So what is this for? Okay, add the apostrophe. Okay. So if this code is executed, when you click, when the user clicks the selection button, right? You can see it displays or disables the pumpkin spice button, right? You actually disable all the 3 button. Pumpkin spice button, mocha button, and selection button. And also it hides the instruction label, displays the confirmation label. Okay, then and enables the exit window button. Basically, it's describe what is this for. Okay. Nothing fancy at this point. Nothing fancy. Just this. Any questions so far? Okay, so you can see very easy. So we are almost done. This code, this program almost done, which means we still have time to do your case problem today. But you know, we have 4 buttons, right? We finished 3 programs, which means we need to do 1 more. We go to here, see, we program this code, this one, and this one. And we still have 1 more, which is the exit window. The exit window is the easiest one. Okay, so we can double click, go back to the user interface, double click this exit window. Now it will add the header of this subprogram. So basically, exit button just to close the window by using close. This one just need 1 line. Close parenthesis. That's all you need. Close parenthesis, just close, help you close the window. Okay, you don't need anything. So, see how easy it is. Let me run the code. So see, I run this code. I have this, right? I click pumpkin spice, they show up. I select latte, you have this 2 enabled, and you click exit window, it will disappear. See, that is this. Okay, very easy, right? Just need 1 line, close. Now we add the comments. We need to provide comments for every single subprogram. Okay, and then you see apostrophe here. This code is executed when the user clicks the exit window button. Okay, then it close. So in the future, if you have the exit button, you just do 1 sentence, which is close empty parenthesis. And terminate the program execution. And that's it. That is all you have to do. I can just save it. And then you should zip the whole file and send to yourself. If you don't have your laptop with you, you're gonna have to send the whole file and to email to yourself. And then in the future, now please, in the future, bring your laptop or bring your USB drive. If you don't have a laptop, then you just bring your laptop. Bring your USB drive. Okay, any question, guys? Trisha, yes, Peter.
So now that we're done with that, we can turn it in on Blackboard, right?
Yes.
Okay, and are we turning in the latte selection and the case thing on the same meeting?
They have 2, I believe I have 2 folders here. See, here, see, I have 2 folders here.
Okay, because it says in the description, submit latte selection and a completed program.
Right. So this is the latte selection. This is the case study. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Are you finished already? Okay. So yes. So if you finish, you can submit your latte selection. And then for yes.
Oh, the module for, that we're submitting for chapter 2 and 3, is it one case or two cases?
We are on the module 3 right now, right? We finished chapter 3. We're on module 3 right now. So we have, you go to module 3. You see, you have the homework of this week will be just submit the latte selection. Okay, so I click the submit latte, submit chapter 3 assignment here. And it will have 2 of this. Okay, so latte selection
Right.
and the lab. Okay.
Is that one case or two, for the lab chapters?
For the lab, if you look at the book, you will find out the chapter 2 and the chapter 3, they are the same cases. So which means in the chapter 2, you select VR selection, and chapter 3, you keep doing the VR selection.
Okay.
Yes. Now it will be should be due next week. So if I yes, should be okay. I'll have to modify the times. I should not give you like too much time here. Yes, I'm gonna modify time to next Wednesday. Okay, so those projects should be due on next Wednesday, guys. Okay. Okay. So next week, next Wednesday, which is next Wednesday, okay, which is 16. So you should do 16, okay? Same thing as chapter 2, okay? Because this is a face-to-face class you're supposed to finish. Okay, so 16th, midnight of 16, okay? That's Wednesday. The 2 projects should be due. Any questions so far? Okay, do you have any questions? For the starting from week 1 till now, anybody have any question?
I have a question for this, for the label confirmation.
Yes.
You want it to be like visible, like before you click select latte?
Oh, before you select that, it should be, you see here, in our user interface, it's by default, it's always enabled. See, by default, it's both of them are enabled. So which means by default, if I don't click the bottom selection, they both appears.
Okay, so it should be there.
You don't have to modify anything. Yeah, whatever action you want the VB do, you should be on the coding area. Now, if in the coding area I didn't modify anything, I mean, like for the button pumpkin, I don't have anything for the label, right? That means like we just leave it alone. By default, the value always be true. See here. If I go to here, this is label, the visible true. Here, visible is always true.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good question, guys. Anybody else has any question? Huh?
I use it for file again. It was like right click something.
Oh, yes, I'll show you. Okay, so we finish this whole code. Okay, okay, so once you finish everything, you click the save button. Okay, you make sure you save it. Then go to the file, go to here. Oh, sorry, go to here. Okay, now my latte selection is finished. So I right click my mouse, go to send to, go to compress zip file. So by doing so, you unzip it.
I said, okay.
Anybody have any question, guys? Yes.
I accidentally submitted some like halfway completed projects on the chapter 1 thing. Like I did the calculator submission.
Uh-huh.
I accidentally attached to one of the files the latte selection and the third one.
It doesn't matter. Okay.
They weren't completed.
Oh, okay, no problem. Just give me the right one in the right format, the right submission box.
Okay, I just did.
Okay. Anybody have any question, guys? Even though you're supposed to do your cases, okay? Huh?
No, I did see him on my bus though. I just don't know where he went.
Nothing like me as in
Wait a second, okay? Let me see. This is a VB class,
So what?
Visual Basic class. Are you taking a VB class?
Nah.
So you not belong to here. Okay, I don't have. Oh, okay, so I do have quite. Lucas Hunter, Kristen, Gavin. Sean, Helena.
What are you looking for?
I'm not cat.
What's your room number?
Today. One.